You're going to know these answers immediately if you're watching KVJ TV right now on YouTube. You'll hear the explanations on the After the Show podcast later. But right now, just listen to the radio. You'll get the percentages of KVJ show members who will admit that they are doing these things.
Currently or have in the past?
It will explain in the...
Okay.
Yes.
We need clarity, Ralston.
It's typically ever in your life.
Okay.
It's typically ever.
Because that is a very good question.
Thank you.
Because people learn. People make mistakes.
They do. These people have.
So this one is more current. I need you to raise your hand if you've punched or thrown something in anger within the last month. That is you. Raise your hand. Okay, we have got 2 out of 5. 40% of the KVJ show has
Yesterday?
angry people here.
Yesterday.
Sometimes life throws you curveballs, Coach.
Oh, I know it does.
Sometimes you got to throw them back.
Yes. I had no idea Denny's was so angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throwing all kinds of stuff, apparently. Yes, you can see that on KVJ TV. Raise your hand if you've ever driven under the influence. If you would have probably gotten a DUI had you been pulled over, it doesn't mean just like one cocktail, but if you likely are pushing the limits where an officer would be like, yeah, why don't you spend a night behind bars? Okay. We got 4 out of 5 KVJ show members doing that. 80% of the show has at some point in their life driven under the influence. Raise your hand if you've ever fantasized about a good friend's partner. Raise your hand if you've ever fantasized about a good friend's partner. Raise your hand. Okay. We've got 2 out of 5 on that one, 40% of the show. Raise your hand if you've ever had sex with other people in the room. Raise your hand if you've ever done that. Okay. We got 3 out of 5 on that one. Okay, that is 60% of the show there. Got some high numbers on this today.
Like at a coffee shop or something.
I guess you have to tune in to the After the Show podcast.
Yes, we'll get...
Because there's a lot of explaining to do.
There is a lot of explaining to do. Yeah, this is just really kind of a teaser for that. You're getting the percentages of just how terrible people we are, but you'll get the full explanations on the After the Show podcast. And finally here, raise your hand if you've hooked up with more than one person within a 24-hour time frame. Raise your hand if that applies to you. We've got 4 out of 5.
Quite a loose show.
80%. Yes. Good Lord. How are we all not in prison?
Tell us to speak so soon.
Yeah.
My heavens. Okay, there's 5.
I don't know if we should have raised our hand on some of these.
No, I love the honesty.
What's done is done.
Yeah, there.
What's done is done.
After the Show podcast, you can watch live on YouTube. It's about 10:15, somewhere around there. You can watch it live. You can always get it on demand, too, and it's going to be on the podcast app. It's the last 30 minutes of the KVJ Show podcast that happens on a daily basis.